Your Honor, as I came home from school this week, upon graduating, I struggle hearing the identity of Ralph Infant that the public has come to know. A man that's being portrayed as a criminal and as someone who has done so much wrong, and all I can think is, that's not my papa. I wanted to take the time today to ask you to consider my story and to hear who Ralph Infant is to me. Ralph Infant is my papa and my biggest supporter from my beginning. For making sure he was the first person to hold me when I was being born, to being my best bud growing up, this man in front of you today is the most kind-hearted, genuine teddy bear of a man that you could ever meet. See, what you might not know about Ralph Infant is that he's dedicated his entire life to his family. Growing up, Papa was the first person I went to for everything. Papa would have tea parties with his friends and me as a little girl, supplying the donuts and toasting with his pinkies up. As a young woman, he'd be by my side cheering on our Buckeyes every Saturday, even if it had to be over the phone. Papa's a man who never does for himself simply so that he can do for everyone else. For as long as I can remember, you would see Papa in an old pair of beat-up tennis shoes, his old minivan, and he'd have his flip phone on his belt. Papa never cared to have the finest of things because he knew that if he accepted less and worked hard, that he'd be able to give that to his children and his grandchildren, people who he chose to care for out of love rather than out of blood relation. Papa would always find the greatest joy in seeing me and all the other grandkids happy, allowing me to have countless friends over to his house to spend summer days, providing lunch and dinner for the whole group to make sure that we were having as much fun as we possibly could. Papa and Nana's house was everybody's favorite place to be. Papa jumped at anything we needed, even if it might have been midnight and I wanted a snack or picked up from a friend's house. He might have been in bed, but if I called, he was there in a second, never thinking about himself or the fact that he might have had to work early the next morning. Papa chose to go without to make sure that I could go through college, something that he never had the chance to do, something that all of his grandchildren will probably have the chance to do thanks to his love, encouragement, and support. It hardly seemed like justice to me for a man who's given all of his heart to his city and to his family to not be able to enjoy all of his hard work and watch his grandkids and children move forward. He was able to see me graduate on Sunday, and that meant the world to me, and it would break my heart for him to not get to see the milestones of his other 4 grandchildren and to spend the rest of his retired days with my Nana after he's given so much to this city. Thank you for your time.